Hello, everyone. My name is Tamara Kraker. I am a coach, facilitator, and speaker on self-awareness and the Enneagram. And today I am joined by my friend Dr. Christine Watson. Christine is an educator and senior administrator at Red River College Polytechnic. She is a community and creative advocate and a lifelong learner. And she is an Enneagram 3. Welcome here.
Thank you. Thanks for inviting me.
I'm very excited to hear your answers as an Enneagram 3. I'm very excited. So, thank you so much for being here and for sharing your experience with us.
Well, as a three, you know that I'd love to be recognized for being.
Kicking off strong is
That's
perfect.
right. All
Yeah,
the praise I can get, just keep it coming.
this is so perfect. I think we can end our interview here. We're good to go.
Doesn't mean I'll believe the praise, but I still want it.
Ooh, that is an interesting, thank you. That's a very interesting dynamic. I'm glad you said that. Okay,
Mhm.
well, let's dive right in. So,
Okay.
what is it when you first learned your Enneagram type? What was it that stood out to you or made it click?
Uh, when I found, so I didn't know I was a three at first. I really struggled between seven and three because there was some things about seven I really, really liked. And
Mm-hmm.
I kind of wanted to be a seven, but
Mm-hmm.
then I realized I was more like a three. And so I ended up as a three, but for a long time I was really hoping I could be a seven. So what really resonated for me in terms of a three is when they talked about um, love of efficiency.
Mm-hmm.
I get very frustrated when there's an inefficient process, or I always look for the most efficient way to do something.
Mm-hmm.
Either, uh, if I'm going from the bedroom to the kitchen, I will figure out the most efficient way to get everything I need to get done from the bedroom to the kitchen. Or
Okay.
if I'm going somewhere, I'm going to find the most efficient route, and I'm going to have every sort of scenario possible already analyzed before I get on the road because
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to know how I'm going to do all my research. So I think that part of what really brought me comfort as a three is to be seen as a three, which is it validated um, my love of productivity, my need to do to have to-do lists all the time
Mm-hmm.
and like actually, kind of mark things off. I love lists.
Mm-hmm.
They rule my world.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I also really appreciated the focus on being seen as someone who is like a chameleon. I don't
Mm-hmm.
like the image thing, like the being seen as, like, I
Sure.
didn't ever resonate with the three in terms of how they describe it as someone who likes an image. But what I did resonate with is a chameleon who can walk in a room, read
Mm-hmm.
a room really quickly, and
Mm-hmm.
then I'm going to adapt to
Mm,
you. And
mm,
so I'm going to make myself
mm,
into the person you need me to be in that
mm,
moment,
mm,
because I want you to like me. And so my
mm,
guiding principle is really, do you love me?
mm,
And my kryptonite is indifference.
mm.
So if you're
Oh,
indifferent to
wow.
me, I can't uh I can't ground myself in
Mm,
indifference because
mm,
as a three, I really need you to tell me who I am in that moment and who you
mm,
need me to be. And then I can do that. I can adapt and change to that.
mm.
But indifference, I lose my mind.
Wow. I mean, that's so clear. And I think that's going to be so helpful for other threes to hear you explain it because it's that strength and challenge, right? Because ultimately you will find who you are, regardless of how people see you. But
Right.
there's that journey of like finding yourself. And sometimes that is part of the beauty of relationship
Yeah,
is finding safe people where you can experiment with that and you can find what that looks like. Ooh.
exactly.
That's juicy. Thank you for that answer. I really appreciate that. And I think it'll be great for anybody who lives and works with a three to
Yes.
hear what that struggle really feels like internally.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you. So what kind of environments, you talked a bit about this, what kind of environments bring out the best in you? Obviously efficient ones, but also what else?
I would say that we kind of joked about this earlier,
Mm,
but I really thrive on recognition,
Mm,
but genuine recognition. So I really am um, in a place where I can set goals and achieve goals
mhm,
and am recognized for them, even if it makes me uncomfortable.
mm,
Um, that there's a constant source of feedback. I'm always looking
mm,
for feedback. And
mm,
if I don't get feedback from you, I'm going to look for feedback. So I'm going to
mm,
look at your body language. I'm going to look at your
mm.
energy, your aura. I'm going to look at
Yeah,
your energetic field. I'm going to
yeah,
feel you
yeah.
until I know how you're going to respond to me. So that feedback is really, really important to me. I
Mm,
would also say that um, I really am passionate about things. And so I really love environments where that passion is accepted and encouraged. So I'm
mm,
really enthusiastic about things.
yeah,
I love to surround myself with people like you who
mm,
are very passionate and who love to explore
mm,
and be in a growth mindset.
mm,
Um, and I also think that I really like people who can move quickly.
mm.
I get frustrated sometimes with when I just I get frustrated sometimes when I'm leading a change
Mm.
and I'm there and I'm ready to go and people aren't quite there yet. And so I have to really balance my
Mm,
enthusiasm for change
mm,
because change means a task. Change means something to do. Change means
mm,
we're going to make something happen. And I
mm,
love making things happen. I
mm.
love building things.
Yes.
I'm not great with maintenance. I I love trying new things. I'm always they call me at work the volcano, like the idea volcano, because I'm just coming
Right,
up with new things to do
right,
all the time. If
right.
you ask me to maintain something, I'm probably not your person.
It's so interesting. What do you think that is? What's the maintenance part? Like it's not as exciting or it doesn't feel as efficient? Like it almost maybe feels like going backwards?
Yeah, and it's not as productive. For
Oh,
me, productivity is my value. And
right,
the way that I'm valued in the world is
right,
to build something or to be
right.
productive in a way. And maintenance feels um not only just intellectually boring because it's kind of routine, but
Sure.
also because um it's not stimulating for
Mm,
me.
mm,
So maintenance can be very efficient. If it's an
mm,
efficient thing, I really
mm,
like it. But then I've already created the
mm,
efficiency in the
mm.
system and I
Right,
want to try and fix something else. So
right,
I'm more like the fixer and
right,
the builder.
right. But I
So
mean, you're exactly explaining why we need a balance of perspectives on our team
that is
because
correct.
you don't
Yeah.
need all fixers either.
No,
You need
no.
you need
That
people
would
who have
be,
skills in all those areas.
that's right. Yes. It would
Yeah,
be chaotic to only have fixers and doers and people who are idea volcanoes because
right.
nothing would ever get
Can you
nothing
imagine?
would get stabilized. That's right.
I mean, there's a few times when my imagination goes there where it's like, what if the whole world was like me? I mean, ew. I mean, that would be, it just wouldn't go anywhere. Versus if everyone is an idea volcano, you would go places, but there would be no stability underneath it. It would just be
That's
new, new,
correct.
new, new, new. So it's just
Yeah.
fascinating. Thank you for explaining that. Now, you've
Yeah.
kind of dove a bit into our next comment or our next question, which is what gives you energy at work and what drains your energy. Did you have anything you wanted to expand on in that area? You've already kind of answered it.
I think where I where I get my most energy is working in teams with people who share a vision with me
Mhm, mhm,
and who are willing to kind of come along with
mhm,
that,
mhm.
um, and where we have a very clear vision in terms of how we're going to get there
Right,
and then taking action on it.
right.
I I love to think, but not too long. I I love the big ideas, but then I want to move on. Like
Right.
let's get this started, right? Let's get some momentum behind it. I get frustrated in the messy middle. I'm
Mm,
really good at starting stuff, and I like to like get things completed, but I also get frustrated with the messy middle because that's inefficient.
sure,
Everything, many projects have a messy middle.
sure.
It's part of the cycle of projects, but I I get frustrated with them. I would also say that I get frustrated if we're almost at the end of the project and somebody says, I have an idea. And they want to like pivot like at the 11th hour. And I'm like, no, like you can't just throw something in there at that point. So um that's really frustrating for me. I'm not great with that.
Sure.
Um I would also say that uh I mean my greatest, and I think this is common among threes, and I talked about it earlier. If I'm not getting feedback, uh I get very my insecurities kick in really, really fast. So I
Mm,
feel incompetent. I feel like I'm going to
mm,
fail.
mm.
My imposter syndrome rears its ugly head. And so,
Yep.
unless I'm getting feedback on things, I'm imagining and creating narratives around that.
Right.
And so, as a three, I can adapt quickly, but only if I know what you need from me. And
Mm,
so, I think that that's
mm.
so my area where I get frustrated is where I'm not sure where you're standing on it. And I have to kind of figure that out. I'd rather it be really super direct and then I know
Right.
how to respond to that. So,
I
yeah.
love that. And I think you've given anybody who leads a three a lot to think about. Like these are tangible things, right? Like having a constant feedback loop, making sure that you are assigning projects to threes in, the idea phase, helping them through the messy middle, and then not changing the game partway through, right?
Exactly.
Like that's such a
Exactly.
clear path for leaders to follow when they're leading threes. I really appreciate that.
The
I was
other
also,
thing, if, oh, go
yeah, go
ahead.
ahead.
I was also going to say, I don't tend to want to celebrate wins.
Mm,
So even when we get to the end of it, I'm already on to the next thing. And I
mm,
forget that some people actually, so I'm seeking recognition,
mm,
but I'm also just
mm,
moving forward and I don't actually celebrate wins. And I have to be reminded,
mm,
hey, we got to stop for a minute. There
mm.
are people in your team who really need to just celebrate the win that you just
Right.
had on a project. And I tend to be already down the road.
Sure.
And that's a good reminder from my leaders to me
Yep.
is take a moment and celebrate.
Yeah.
It's not just about the to-do list.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
there's that double-edged sword again, right? I like recognition, but I also, it's like it fights the
Yeah.
efficiency piece, right? Like
Yeah.
they both happen in stress and in health, and probably in ways that help you grow in your personality and help you grow, sorry, not personality, but help you grow in the best version of you, but also are ways that we can now learn to connect with others and collaborate with others so that we can be our best version of ourselves. I love that.
Beautifully said.
Thank you. So what is something that you wish you had, that you know about yourself now, but you wish you had known earlier?
This has been a really important and recent
Mm,
life lesson for me.
mm,
Um, I, for a very long time, and I would say still to some extent, but for a very long time, have attached my value to um, what I do and what do
mm,
I achieve.
mm,
And so I, as I said earlier, I got my PhD because I wanted to achieve the very highest.
right.
Um, and I got lots of recognition from my family and my parents around that
Yep.
because I was the first in our family to do that.
Mhm.
Um, but my whole life, I've been the gold star student
Mm,
and
mm,
the gold star leader.
mm.
And I haven't been able to articulate what my value is as an individual without that.
Wow.
And so somebody once said to me, your value has no because.
Mm,
It doesn't have to be qualified with a because.
mm,
You are enough
mm,
because you are here and you are you. And
mm,
that, as a three, is a very hard
mm,
thing to accept or admit
mm,
that I am not what I do. I
mm,
am valued because of who I am. And that, as a three, is probably one of my greatest lessons that
mm.
I'm still trying to grapple with.
That just hits so hard. And I think it's not just threes that need that lesson. We all need that lesson because, I mean, part of what the Enneagram teaches is that each number is the prototype of a common human thing. And so you're explaining that very human need to do something to earn love and belonging, and you just don't have to. So you're also the prototype for showing us that you are perfect the way you are, regardless of what you accomplish in your life, that you deserve to be here, and that every breath you take is belongs in this world, regardless of whether it gets a gold star or not.
Mhm.
That's beautifully put. I really appreciate your vulnerability there. That's going to touch a lot of people. Thank you.
Thank you.
We are coming to the end of our little interview here, and the final question I would love to ask you is, what is one piece of advice you would give to someone who is wired like you?
Don't forget to celebrate
Mm,
and give yourself grace.
mm,
Um, because you're trying really, really hard
mm,
to be something that you think the world needs.
mm,
Um, and you're enough.
mm.
That's it.
Oh, thank you. Um, I want to end there. That was just so beautiful. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you for sharing the heart of an Enneagram 3. It's beautiful. Thank you, Christine.
You're welcome. Thanks for inviting me.